This video was produced for the sole purpose of raising funds for Mount Vernon High School project graduation. All proceeds benefit Project Graduation, which is a non-profit organization. And now sit back and enjoy Kent Williams, Yesterday and Today. Even at a very young age, Kent Williams always had an eye for the basket. This footage shot while playing in a local youth league with games played at Logan Street Baptist Church. Kent Williams continued to enjoy success at the junior high level. Here's footage from the boys' Class L state tournament at Red Lake College.
Number 32, Kent Williams. I thought Kent could play 8th grade last year when he was in 7th grade. When we started him, second game he played, he scored 31 points. And he hasn't slowed down since. He's a terrific young man. He's a terrific athlete.
Kent Williams for three. Count it. Yes.
Rob Kent's really got off to a good start this year for a freshman. Really impressive shooter, and I expect to have a good year this year.
Williams again from the other corner. Yes. Two in a row from three-point land. Kent Williams has 6 points here.
He's just spotting up outside, and they find him. He's draining them right now.
Kent Williams takes it into the middle and gets it to roll around and go in.
He's not a good-looking ball player.
Yeah, he really is. He can shoot off the set, off the pass, or he can get his own shot off the dribble. 5'11" freshman Kent Williams, and he's going to put up a three right off the bench. Yes. Count it for Kent Williams. Kent Williams from the baseline, up and in. Penetrates, kicks it over to Williams. He puts up the three. Yes.
When you're playing solid.
Kent Williams from 17 feet. Count it. Working around for a good shot. Here's an open Kent Williams. Yes. Three-pointer. Layup. Yes. Count it. Kent Williams down the lane. Kent Williams for the layup. Count it. The head fake puts it up. No good. Kent Williams tips it in.
Some guys got a knack for putting it in the basket.
Kent fakes up, drives, lays it up and in.
Good job.
Kent double team, gets it to
pass. Inside.
A beautiful
real
assist.
nice pass. Nice pass.
Coleon gives to Kent from three-point land. Yes, Kent Williams off to a big start.
3 rebounds for Scott already.
Kent drives into the lane, scoops and scores.
That's just hustle by Kent.
Kent drives baseline, puts up a 12-footer and scores. Kent Williams from three.
He's got it.
Nothing but net.
He buried it.
Williams hesitation, the drive, the jump stop pass, good, whistle foul, count the basket.
Watch it here, nice move, sets up his man, into the lane, under control, nice jump stop, avoids the defense and lays it off and a chance for the and one.
Along with the jump stop, look how he splits the D out for Williams. Oh, watch this one, Williams and Crawford, 360 spin, layup, Kent Williams.
Sweet move, that time in the open court, Crawford looking for the steal.
Williams with the 360 spin, here it is.
Yeah, he put Jamal on the spin cycle that time with a nice layup.
To Williams. Williams around one man, around another, to the hole with the left hand. Kent Williams, he is slippery. Gets it up and driving. Williams, glass, go, coast to coast. Kent Williams, he's got 38 points. He passes Andy Kaufman and Anthony Penny Hardaway. Williams has the ball in the backcourt. Right through traffic, hard to the hole, finger roll. Here I come, Corliss. 40 points. Williams from NBA range.
As you hear the crowd shoot, they can see he has 43. They cinch the record. 3 points from Teddy Dupayne.
He is tied second all time. He tied Ted Dupayne. He'll try and catch him with 1:50 left. 43 points for Kent Williams. He hits a 25-footer.
And you can see every time he touches it, you'll hear the crowd yell, "New, new."
How about this kid? He says he's out there. What the heck? Ted Dupayne, here I come.
Ironically, Ted set that record at 46 last year against Centralia, a team in Mount Vernon's conference. So 3 to tie.
For player of the game currently with 43 points, Kent Williams.
He did it all tonight. This time he's showing you a little bit in transition off the drive. He gave you 3-point shooting.
He is our McBriden's son, player of the game, 11 of 15 from the floor, 4 3-pointers. He is special. Williams hanging back to the hole. Jam time! Kent Williams tied the record. Now it's Williams through traffic, 40 seconds left. Drives in the paint, off the glass. A new shootout record. 48 points, Kent Williams. There's our man. A new all-time.
And he's gonna come out to a well-deserved hand.
An all-time Coca-Cola KMOX shootout record from Mount Vernon High School. And the folks from Mount Vernon love him. Kent Williams, a 6'2" senior with 48 points.
This is what he's been doing all game, and it's fitting that a driving layup sets the record.
Terrific ovation from everyone in the stands. Well-deserved. Kent Williams, a record performance, and we were fortunate enough to see it, and you were fortunate enough to see it live. And how about Kent Williams setting a record? Final score 95-76. But the real number you'll remember from this one for a long, long time is Kent Williams, 48 points, an all-time shootout record.
Tremendous performance. We see a high-octane offensive game from both teams. They like to score a lot, but Kent Williams, the rifleman, took over tonight. The evening belongs to him. 48 points to lead the Mount Vernon Rams to a very convincing 95-76 victory over a very good Seattle Rainier Beach team.
You saw him congratulate Jamal Crawford. They fell short to that man, Kent Williams, our McBriden's son, player of the game, and a new all-time shootout record. 48 points.
A move in there. Cantwell drives, scoops, and scores. And Haywood found a seat. Kent Williams from 3. Yes, Kent Williams. Williams fakes, drives, scoops, and scores. Man, he's just taking it to the hole.
He's going
Kent
to the rack
fakes,
with it.
drives again, stops.
He got hit on the arm.
Stops, and scores. They get it into Kent.
Yeah, but
Drives hard. He's
full
cut
court.
off. He splits him and
Full court man.
scores.
Hard to press him. It's hard to press him. Once he gets going, it's hard to press him. Kent Williams to the stripe. I don't know how many he's got, but he's got a bunch.
He certainly has.
I'd say he's close to the 30 mark if he's not there yet.
I'd go along with that. Second.
Talk to it.
Did he just set some kind of
I don't
record
know.
or
I
something?
think I see one of the kids say he had 49. 49.
Well, he's established another school record if that's the case.
I didn't think he had that many, but we'll take it.
My
We
goodness.
needed every one of them, I can tell you that much.
Well, it's 73-60. If he's got 49, the rest of the team only has 24. Is that?
I don't know. I find that hard to believe.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's a nice figure. I'd say a nice round number, but it's an odd number. It's not an even number.
If Kent doesn't get 49 points and do all the things that he does, you know, we don't win that basketball game. So
Kent Williams, who would have thunk it, sets a school record with 48 last Thursday. If the Keel comes out and breaks it tonight with 49 points, Dougie just looks unstoppable off the dribble.
Well, I've said all along, you know, that he's the best player in Illinois, and I think he is. I mean, he can score off the catch, he can score off the drive, he can deliver the ball, and he wasn't beating non-athletes. I mean, Carbondale has some great athletes and guarding him, and he just put on another great show. And sometimes we're just going to have to put a saddle on his back and ride him, and that's what he did tonight.
And last but not least, Kent Williams.
Kent, the leading scorer in the history of Mount Vernon High. I've seen a lot of ball games here over the 22 years that I've been here. It'd be hard to top his play.
I know, and that column.
You got his parents coming out, Mr. and Mrs. Brad Williams, and I think you probably know them better than I do. I just know them through the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, his mom, Barb, was a classmate of mine in class of 73.
This is quite a group, and I know that they'll enjoy this, and I'm sure the kids are all wanting tapes of this also. Be something they can keep with them. It's a fine group of young men.
Thank you, seniors and your parents.
I'm thinking these guys got that look on their eye like, let's tee it up.
I think you're right, Hack.
Welcome to Southern Illinois University, home of the SIU Arena, which is the home away from home of Kent Williams. I'm sitting here with Kent Williams, and second year for Kent, but Kent has got an illustrious career behind him already. I know you're a modest kind of guy. Wondered if you might toot your horn a little bit and bring people up to speed.
Well, I started out in Mount Vernon. I went to Buford grade school and went on to the Casey Junior High middle school, and you know, during basketball career there, I was undefeated from 4th grade to 8th grade, and you know, I won 3 championships in the City League, and then my 8th grade year, we were undefeated and won the state championship, and I played with the same group of guys all through high school that I played with in grade school, so you know, it was a great opportunity for me, and you know, I made some lifelong friends that way, and you know, they really helped me along the way and get to where I'm at now.
How have you found your transition coming from an illustrious high school career to the college level basketball?
Well, you know, it hasn't been too tremendously bad. In high school, I got to play AAU a little bit, which kind of got me started for some college basketball, playing against some bigger guys and better competition. But jumping from high school to college, you know, there's a big transition there. It's, you know, a lot more physical, and the game moves a lot faster, and you have to be more precise with everything you do. And you know, I've just worked really hard at it, and the coach has been on me, you know, from the get-go to get everything done. So, you know, I feel like my transition's gone pretty smooth.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your awards. And I know you probably had to build an extra room onto your apartment, probably to house them, but kind of bring our viewers up to speed. I know they're numerous.
Well, I guess starting in my high school years, I was 3 years in a row, I was the MVP of the South 7 Conference. My senior year, I was first team All-State, and I was runner-up to Brian Cook for Mr. Basketball, which he's, you know, 6'11" center for Illinois. He's a tremendous player. Yeah. You know, I was an IBCA All-Star game, and in that game I got the MVP of the South team. I got to play on the Wendy's Classic All-Star team. Wow. And you know, this past season I was the newcomer and freshman of the year of the Missouri Valley.
Yeah, that was a big one for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an important one for me to get my career off to a right start here at SIU. And
where do you find yourself post-basketball?
Well, you know, I'm not for sure right now. You know, there's a lot of things that could happen. You know, anything could happen. You know, like NBA or European League, or you know, if things don't work out, I'll hopefully have my business degree and be able to look in that direction. You know, I'd probably like to stay close to Southern Illinois if I just get, you know, a job around here. You know, I thought about coaching a little bit.
That's what I was going to ask you. I figured that was on.
Yeah. I mean, it's
back burner there.
It's always good to stay in that competition, and for me, it'd be tough to get away from it. And if I did coach, I'd want to go back to Mount Vernon, where I grew up, and try to help out kids there.
Dumps it off to Williams.
to the high left with 10 to shoot. Williams drives into the lane. Short 14-footer is good. That was a pretty play, and Williams did it all on his own.
You know, even though it was only 4 seconds to go and we were down, we still had a positive attitude in the huddle and just said, we're going to win this game.
You know, I'm just telling you, he was not open at all.
See what happens. Kent's got it.
Go in. Right away, I thought, God, that's going in. Wow.
I went back to the huddle thinking, you know, I'm not going to blow it this time.
They send some players long. They get it to Williams in the backcourt. He's cut off at midcourt. He's going to fire a desperation shot at the buzzer. He hit it! He hit it! He fired it in from 45 feet. The game is over. He goes! He made it! He made it! Kent Williams makes the three-pointer. He just hit an unbelievable shot.
Hopefully we can carry this over and, you know, win a few more games out of it and then maybe get us on a roll going into the tournament.
The same guy who buried that 35-footer to beat the Purple Aces, he is our male 2000-2001 Saluki Athlete of the Year. His name, say it with me, Kent Williams. The 6'2 sophomore from Mount Vernon led the Salukis in points, assists, and minutes on his way to being named to the All-Missouri Valley Conference second-team squad in 2000. Last year, Super Kent led the team in scoring as a freshman and was named the top newcomer in the Missouri Valley. But after a disappointing end to the 2001 campaign at Arch Madness, thoughts of transferring swirled through the sharpshooter's head, much to the chagrin of the basketball fans throughout Southern Illinois. But thankfully, Williams will be back next November with bigger things for Saluki basketball on his mind.
I think I was just frustrated with some of the way things went this year. Sure. And, you know, just like any other player, I wanted to get to the NCAA tournament, and I was disappointed. And I was disappointed that we didn't have a better year than last year. But, you know, I think the easiest way to say is I think that would have been a cop-out for me to leave. You know, go to somewhere just so you can go to the tournament. You know, I want to make it. I want SIU to go to the tournament. You know, I want everything that happens to me to happen here, and you know that's why I came to Southern Illinois. I'm from Southern Illinois, and I'm proud of this area, and you know I just want good things to come out of it. So, you know, if I do go to the NCAA tournament someday, you know I want it to be here. So that's something I really gave a lot of thought to, and you know, look down inside of try to see what I'm made of.
What a magical year it was for Southern Illinois University. Bruce Weber's Salukis captured 28 wins, had a share of the Missouri Valley Conference regular season title, advanced to the NCAA tournament with an at-large berth, won 2 games in the dance, and advanced to the Sweet 16. All the stars were aligned in 2001-2002. There was enough magic in this building and enough ability in this team to take SIU basketball to new heights. Now, let's revisit a sweet Saluki season. The impetus for the Magic really began at the end of the 2000-2001 season. Southern Illinois University lost 67-64 in the first round of the Missouri Valley Conference tournament to Indiana State. The Salukis concluded a 16-14 season. Being 2 games over 500 was not something that Bruce Weber envisioned in his 3rd year at the helm. So the bar was set immediately after that game in St. Louis. Anything less than an MVC championship and a spot in the NCAA tournament would be a disappointment. With that in mind, the goal-driven Saluki stayed in Carbondale over the summer and worked harder and longer than they ever had before. They battled the midsummer heat in 6:30 a.m. lifting sessions to grow stronger physically and increase their strength of their bond as a team.
You know, we put those goals on us early, and all through the summer, you know, we had everybody here, and I think it brought us closer together, and we got up in the morning, and you know, we did some things with the football team, and it was just, you know, we did a lot more in the summer to bring us closer together. So when the fall came around, we weren't behind. We were ready to get going, and by the time practice started, you know, it was time.
The Salukis were picked 4th in the preseason poll behind the favorites, the Illinois State University Redbirds, Creighton University Blue Jays, and the Indiana State University Sycamores. For the Dogs to overcome the pundits' predictions, they would have to have success with their difficult non-conference slate. Southern opened the year Friday, November the 16th at the arena against the Bruins of Belmont. 4 players were in double figures, led by Jermaine Dearman's 18, and the Dogs cruised to an 82-71 victory. On the following Monday, it was off to St. Louis to take on Lorenzo Romar's Billikens in the opening round of the Las Vegas Invitational. Southern's defense and rebounding prowess held the Bills at bay. SIU had a 44-26 advantage on the board and forced prolonged SLU scoring drought. Kent Williams had 22, and the Salukis won at Savas. Big man handle Hartford in the tournament's 3rd game, 78-46. Setting up a dream meeting with the University of Illinois.
I was excited, you know, and I knew a lot of those guys. I played with them, played against them, and, you know, growing up watching some of them. So, You know, it was a lot of fun to go up against U of I and, you know, the big school of Illinois and, you know, the Big Ten team, and everybody looks up to. And it didn't really matter. It was in a high school gym. It was packed in there, and there was fans just going nuts in there, and it was wild. It was almost like a high school tournament, which is even better sometimes. So, you know, there was a lot of excitement, and the atmosphere was great, even though it was a small high school gym.
At the time, the Illini were ranked second in the nation, and the battle in Vegas was only the second time ever that the Salukis met the Illini on the hardwood. The maroon and white battled through a physical first half, the trail at the break 43-37. The Salukis chipped away and took the lead midway through the second half. At that point, the unthinkable seemed possible. Southern held on to the advantage until the 2:32 mark when Illinois' Sean Harrington's three-pointer tied the game at 68. The Illini would take the lead and hold on for a heartbreaking 75-72 win. In that ball game, Southern proved to themselves and the nation that it could go toe-to-toe with the big boy in the state and one of the nation's premier programs. SIU played Illinois Chicago at the arena during the week, but all the hoopla surrounded Southern's second crack at the Big Ten. The Dogs doused the Flames 76-68, and the long wait was finally over. SIU hosted Indiana at the arena.
It was amazing. They had the place rocking that night, and you know, we're out here shooting around, you know, 40-50 minutes for the game like we always do, and there's people here. And it's like, why are these guys in here already? You know, I guess they're just trying to get seats, but it was packed before we even came out to run out with the fireworks and everything. But yeah, they had the fireworks display, and you know, turned the lights off for the starting lamps, and it was incredible. And it really got the fans pumped up and got us pumped up for the game. And I think us beating Indiana and the kind of excitement we had here that night kind of got everybody else excited about the season. You know, we had the fans really going, and they stayed with us the rest of the year and supported us.
The magnitude of the moment was enormous. Mid-level schools always take on the big boys on the road, but rarely get a chance to host them. Because of that, the fever surrounding the game reached unparalleled heights. This was the opportunity that fans, players, coaches, and everyone associated with the mid-level program dreams of. Friends, the air was electric, and when the smoke finally cleared, the Salukis were on top. The 24th-ranked Hoosiers led 4-0, but Southern took an 8-6 lead on this Roland Roberts jumper. The lead would gradually increase on this Marcus Belcher 3 and this Sylvester Willis stick-back dunk. When Southern took their first double-digit advantage, the arena nearly lost its top. Indiana narrowed the margin to 6, 26-20 at halftime. But it was Southern's day, and there was no way in the world the Hoosiers would come out of Carbondale with a win.
12-point lead. Moy stripped by Roberts toward. He hands it to Williams. Williams can dribble it out. 7 seconds left. It's in the book, baby. 72-60. Indiana falls at the arena. 72-60, the final score. They mobbed the floor at the arena.
It really, I think, boosted our confidence up things, and it was just a huge win to help us you know, springboard into some more games.
December the 1st was a defining day for the university and for the ball club. The momentum really started to roll, and the wins came with it. On January 10th, SIU blew into Wichita. The Salukis led the Shockers 42-40 at halftime, but Wichita State went on a 21-10 run out of the break and delivered a shocking 88-79 Saluki setback.
Yeah, we realized that we were piling up a lot of wins, and we could take this somewhere special and, you know, really get going with it. And but I think another good thing about it is, you know, we said we lost every 4 or 5 games, it seemed like, all year. So every time we seemed like we started getting too confident or said, you know, man, we're going to start rolling through things, you know, we had something to knock us down, bring us back down to earth, and then we tried to build up another win streak. And then, you know, it kept happening all year. And, you know, you wish you go to a season where it doesn't happen, but, you know, maybe it's the best for us that we got knocked back down to earth, and you know, we had to start from scratch again going into another win streak.
A refocused group of Salukis returned to Carbondale poised to start another streak. The Blue Jays led by 14 at halftime, but the high-flying antics of Roland Roberts helped key the comeback. Roland had a game-high 18, but the drama came in the game's waning moments.
4.5 left. It's Brooks into the front court with 3. On the left wing, hits 10. Turn around, Dante fouled him. Are you kidding me? Bowden fouled him at 25 feet. It was a touch foul with 0.3 seconds left. You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, I knew I was going to make the first one, too, just to get it over with. And, you know, I didn't even have doubt in my head. You know, thinking back on it, I was thinking, man, if I would missed that first one, that would have been more pressure, especially if I missed the second one. But, you know, I knew going to the line, I was going to hit those. I knew the guy made a mistake by fouling me. And, you know, if he would have fouled anybody, that was a big mistake. But, you know, I knew I was going to go up to the line and knock him in. And, you know, we just sealed the victory for us.
The Salukis escaped Pacific Odd with a 79-77 win. And a paw up, the race to St. Louis. With the 78-58 win over Wichita State on February the 6th, the 2001-2002 team became the fastest squad in school history to get to 20 wins. After a victory over Drake, SIU was set to begin a brutal two-game road swing. SMS beat the Dogs in Springfield. Then Illinois State delivered an early knockout punch and beat SIU 84-70. Despite the setbacks, SIU was still in contention for the regular season conference crown. On February 20th, against Creighton, 37 minutes went by. Southern trailed by 5, but as always, Kent was there.
To Hairston, center jump circle, 19 seconds left. Into the corner, it's Kent. A three for the lead. Yeah! Southern leads 63-62. He has nine. 16 seconds left.
With 22 seconds remaining, the Mount Vernon sharpshooter buried another bomb, and SIU led 63-62.
You know, I knew at that time I felt like we needed a big shot, and I think we kind of felt we didn't want to go into overtime with them. We wanted to end it right there, and you know, I had a good look at a three, so I took it and knocked it in. And you know, early in the game, I got knocked out of the game with stitch, and I had to get stitches and things, and it kind of took me a while to get back in the sync of the game. And you know, when you sit out, you're just kind of not in here for a while, and you come back, everything feels weird. So it did take a while for me to adjust and you know, get back in the rhythm of the game.
SIU won it 65-63 and took the season series against the Jays. Heading into the final night of the regular season, the Dogs needed a miracle. Not only did they have to beat Bradley, but Drake had to go to Omaha and beat the Blue Jays. Mathematically, the possibility was there for SIU to capture a share of the MVC regular season championship. But to a man, the Salukis' hopes weren't high.
So, you know, we come into the game thinking, you know, we need a win just to head into the Valley tournament, and also, you know, for RPI reasons and things like that, NCAA tournament. But, you know, we came in, and then all of a sudden during the game, there was a lot of emotion that went on. You know, we get down pretty big right away. You know, it was like 9-2 or something, and then we make a run, and then we get the game in our hands.
The Dogs were rolling against a depleted group of Braves, and word out of Nebraska reached the arena.
Like we let ourselves down, that we weren't going to win the championship, and then all of a sudden to get a chance again like that, to get a second chance was nice. And we knew once we heard that Creighton had lost, we weren't going to lose this game here.
There was enough magic in the Carbondale moonlight, and for the first time since 1990, the Salukis were Missouri Valley Conference champions. From there, it was off to St. Louis. It was a share of the crown, but the Salukis garnered a tie-break advantage over the Jays, who received the #1 seed at Arch Madness. The Gateway Cities seemed to bring out the best in the Dogs in the quarterfinals and in the semis. Southern went on a decisive 21-5 run and held the Braves to just 15 points at the half, en route to a 66-44 victory over Bradley. On semifinal Sunday, it was more of the same. 4 players were in double figures, led by Marcus Belcher's 19, and the Dogs earned a spot on Championship Monday with an 86-63 trouncing of Southwest Missouri State. A ticket to the dance was in reach. Southern felt that their season-long work deserved an at-large berth. The Salukis did not want to put it to chance. A throng of maroon and white made the short trip to St. Louis all weekend. And even more were in attendance for the championship date with Creighton. The Salukis led 36-33 at the half, but the game was lost out of the break. The Jays went on an 11-2 run and shot at a 60% clip over the first 12 minutes of the second half. Despite efforts to chip away, Creighton was headed to their 4th consecutive NCAA tournament with an 84-76 MVC tournament championship win over SIU. A week of waiting began.
I had no idea what was going to happen, and you know, I still didn't know until we saw our name on there, is when I really knew that, you know, we're in it now, and that's when I really got excited.
The Salukis of Southern Illinois University.
Following a week of Are They In, the Salukis bubble burst, and the Dogs landed in the NCAA tournament. For the first time since 1995, SIU was set to dance. As an 11 seed in the East Regional in Chicago, Southern faced Bobby Knight and the 5th-seeded Texas Tech Red Raiders. SIU gutted its way to a 32-29 halftime lead. In the second half, the maroon and white defense was suffocating. Tech was held without a field goal for 12 minutes, and the lead began to mount.
Over the defensive field, Rowland has a half court, into the front court, 2-on-1, over to Marcus, lob for Rowland,
At the 6:40 mark, the lead was at its peak, 16. The Red Raiders showed the heart that their legendary head coach demands, but the night belonged to Southern.
Fouls into the front court, top of the circle. Southern up 76-68, 18-footer, no good. Rebounded by Ellis, 1 second left, turn on shot, blocked by Roberts. Ball game. Dogs are in the final 32.
Kent Williams and Jermaine Dearman had 19, and for the first time since the 1977 win over Arizona, SIU was victorious in the NCAA tournament. Next up to the Salukis for the second round meeting with Jim Herrick, Georgia Bulldogs. The height advantage of Texas Tech was nothing compared to the brawn that the SEC's Bulldogs boasted. Emotionally, the first round win drained the Salukis, and the toll of a long season was evident early. For the first time all year, the spark was absent. As a result, UGA muscled their way to an early lead. After an improbable comeback, the Dogs were victorious. Jermaine Dearman had a monster game and ended with 25. Aaron Brooks posted a quiet 16.
On the inbound look, it's throw deep in the backcourt. Harrison has it, dribbles it out. Sweet 16, baby. Southern's there. Southern's in the Sweet 16.
Southern 77, Georgia 75. For the first time in school history, SIU won 2 games in the NCAA tournament.
You know, we had goals this year, and we had reached every one of them, and that was our last goal, and to know that we accomplished it, and to know that everything that we tried to do this season, that it was worthwhile, and we did accomplish it.
The United Center erupted, but the celebration was nothing compared to what awaited back in Southern Illinois. So the maroon magic carpet stretched all the way to Syracuse, New York, and the Sweet 16. Salukis faced the University of Connecticut. The Dogs were among elite company: UConn, Maryland, and Kentucky. Southern's story became headline material across the country, and Bruce Weber and his program received airtime on radio and on television all over the nation. The exposure was priceless, but the game was to be played. The Salukis and the Huskies. Roland Roberts' offensive power was something that few teams could handle. Even a premier Big East program couldn't contain it. Roberts scored 14 of the Salukis' first 18 points from the field. The problem for SIU was that he was the only offensive option. Despite the lack of multiple scores, the Maroon and White trailed 28-24 with 4 minutes remaining in the first half. From there, Jim Calhoun's Huskies took over. On an emphatic Karan Butler dunk, the lead was at 10. UConn led 40-28 at the break. Roberts had 16, but the Salukis did not hit a 3. In the second half, the problems persisted. The shooting touch was gone, and the Huskies continued to capitalize. The lead never got out of reach, but remained out of grasp. Connecticut 71, Southern Illinois 59. The ride has come to an end. SIU rose from a ball club pick to finish 4th in the Missouri Valley Conference to one of the final 16 teams standing. Included in their 28 wins were victories over Iowa State, Indiana, a regular season sweep of Creighton, tournament upsets of Texas Tech and Georgia. Sweet 16 loss takes nothing away from a dream season where Southern accomplished every goal. The 2001-2002 season was nothing short of magic. So there it is, a sweet Saluki season. In 2001-2002, the Dogs returned to the limelight. In doing so, they honored past legends by playing with that same brand of passion and intensity. Was this the greatest Saluki season ever? Possibly. Can it happen again next year? Maybe. Will this Saluki team live forever in the hearts and minds of SIU fans everywhere? Definitely.
If you're into Saluki basketball, you need to be thanking this man and sending him thank you notes every day. Mr. Brad Williams, the father of Kent Williams. And Brad, first off, a big change for Kent this season, switching from the 2-guard position to the point guard position. And, you know, the news is that he's playing the best he's ever played. Do you agree with that sentiment at all?
It hasn't been too big of an adjustment because we got 3 guards that can pretty well be interchangeable. So it's worked out pretty well.
Now Kent, a special basketball player, and we know that here in Southern Illinois. At what age did you know he was going to be something special?
Well, when he started high school, we had a good coach, Doug Creel, that worked with him, and year by year, he improved a lot, and he kept thinking he could play college basketball, and I guess he knew what he was talking about.
4 seconds, he gets a good look, calls the foul, he's going to get 3 free throws. He's getting 3 free throws with 7.3 seconds left on the clock.
Wow, this is so shades of Creighton all over again from last year.
A lot of time left in this game, too. So even if he doesn't make all 3, Southern can still foul right away. But Kent hurt his arm a little bit on that shot, so he's got to hit 3 free throws.
A bad foul by Walker. Southern is really taking. Now Kent's got to hit 3 free throws.
Number 1 is in. That's 16 points. Sylvester's coming in.
This is who you want on the line. Mr. Money Man, Mr. Clutch himself. Missed it.
Southern's ball with a chance to win the game with 5 seconds left. Here we go. Kent's got it. Oh, he scored with 1.4 seconds left on the clock. 1.4 seconds left on the clock.
The finger roll was pretty.
And Travis Walk, their defensive stopper, just got hammered by Kent. He left his jock at the free throw line, and nobody touched Kent on the way to the hoop because they didn't want to give him 2 free throws.
Always find a way to make things happen, and Kent finds a way to make happen every time. This time he got the basket to fall. What a play by Kent. Just drives it home, forgetting about the shot.
His 19th point of the ballgame. Here it is again. With
get it to go
right over the top. 1.4 seconds left. I think Brandon's got Kent. Brandon, go ahead, buddy.
Without doubt, have the hero of this game, Kent Williams, and we spoke with your father at the beginning of the game, Kent. Now we're speaking with you, a hero. Talk a little bit about that shot you made at the end.
Well, first of all, I wanted to make up for that free throw I missed. I missed a big one the other night, and I missed another one tonight. And Coach designed a play to get the ball in my hands, and I was going to make the best of it. I haven't won here, Coach Weber hasn't won here, and we weren't leaving here without a victory.
Talk about how big this is in probably the most hostile environment I've ever been in for an opposing team. Talk about how big it is to get a win here.
This is awesome here. They sold it out, and it's a tough place to play. That's why we haven't won here in the past, but this is a first place game, and we knew what the game meant. And I mean, what can you say about the game? It was a great game, came down to the wire, and fortunately we came with the win.
Talking to him, but you know, here Kent had a superb night on senior night, and it even looked pretty good there. And here's Kent with a dagger on the. He got Corver one-on-one, and just, you know, the shot clock's running down, and that's the buckets you make at home. Because
right that you can't comprehend. You know, with Coach Weber getting his 100th win, us 2 years in a row not losing at home, you know, clinching at least a tie for first place, and beating a top 25 team, and senior night. I mean, what else could you ask for? You can just go down the list, and it's been a great year, and it's been a great 4 years, and I couldn't ask for it to come to an end here any better. But the main thing is it's not over. We got some other business to take care of.
What does it take to become a legend? A clutch performance?
Gotta get a shot up. It's a three. Good!
Rewriting the record books?
Right side, yeah! Kent is the #2 scorer all time at SIU.
Or maybe helping to turn a program into a champion. If it's any one of those, legend is a perfect term for Southern Illinois' own Kent Williams.
What we're doing right now and what we did last year was always in my plans and was always something I dreamed of doing. Whether it's going to happen or not, you know, nobody can control that but ourselves. But you know, this is everything that I've wanted out of coming here. I wanted, you know, to come into this program and really get it going and have people know Southern Illinois and think of this place as being winners.
But Kent was already a winner long before his first game as a Saluki. At Mount Vernon High, Williams capped a stellar prep career in leading the Rams to 28 straight victories during his senior season. A performance which hyped him as the next great Saluki star, following the footsteps of other Southern Illinois products like Pinckneyville's Shane Hawkins and Carbondale's Troy Hudson. So the pressure to perform was intense from the get-go.
You know, there was some pressure that, you know, people were saying, you know, he's going to change the team and things, and you know, and a freshman can't come in and do it anywhere. It's going to take it takes leadership, and the biggest thing I thought was going to be a problem was how the seniors are going to react if you know I was the leading scorer during that season, how they were going to react, you know, while it was going on, and you know, if it was going to be a problem or not.
But Williams alone helped turn the Salukis into contenders in his very first season. He started all 33 games as a freshman and led a team in scoring that advanced to the second round of the NIT. But the promise of his first season quickly turned into disappointment a year later. A campaign in which Southern went one and done in the Valley Tournament was almost enough to drive Williams out of Carbondale. 2 years premature.
You know, I felt like if I would have transferred, or you know, I would have let some people down, and for the biggest part, it was kind of like a coward's way of doing things. And when I set my mind to do something, I want to finish it. And me leaving, I wouldn't have been finishing what I was going to do. And if I would have just gone somewhere and say, hey, well, these guys are going to win, so I'm going to go there. That's the easy way of doing things. And I've never been known for doing it the easy way. And I didn't want to let myself down or anybody else down. And I was going to, stick it out, and no matter what, I was going to do what I could to make this place, we're going to be winners.
And quickly, the talk of transferring changed the turnaround during Kent's final 2 years, as Southern now has a chance to make its second straight NCAA tournament appearance. Williams will lead the Dogs in scoring for the 4th straight year, but he's no longer known as just a scorer. A well-rounded Williams has proved to be much more effective in the end.
I wanted to be the type of guy that hopefully makes his teammates better, and I realized me scoring 20 a game wasn't going to be what I was going to take this year, and it's going to take having confidence in everybody else in this team to stand up and have some big plays and get everybody involved in the offense, and that's what it takes to be a winning team. It's not a one-man show, and with me being the point guard, I had to start it and show that I've got trust in everybody else, and that I think that they can do the job just as well as I can.
For a guy anointed as the savior of Saluki basketball, Kent Williams did little to disappoint. He'll likely finish his career second on the school's all-time scoring list, unbeaten in his final 27 home games, and the leader of 2 Missouri Valley Conference championship teams. A legacy that may be impossible to duplicate in the future.
Like I said, the main thing was I wanted to make this program here a winning program and make people think of Southern Illinois basketball as winners. And that's what I wanted to do when I came, and that's what we are right now. And we've got, still got some business to take care of, and hopefully, we can end on a strong note just like last year. But when it's all said and done and I'm gone here, I feel like I gave this university everything it had to offer, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
And Saluki fans wouldn't change the memories of the last 4 years for anything either. Memories of Kent Williams as one of the all-time greats to ever wear the maroon and white.
Our franchise, we're going to miss him. I hope people don't take him for granted. I sure haven't, and it's just, every time you need a big play, the 3 on Corver with, I heard Reese say, we need a shot, and boom, it's a 3. He just, Northern Iowa, the drive where he got the end one when we're down 3, and he just makes big plays. Dan kept mentioning winner, and he was a winner in high school. He's been a winner here. I mean, but it's because he's driven. They come over for dinner like Thanksgiving or so. We have ping pong table. He does not like to lose, even in that. And I mean, he's not that great a ping pong player, but you can just see he's feisty. He hates to lose. Every day practice, and that's why he's successful. So the people here should be, his family should be proud, his hometown, but everyone should feel proud that they had a chance to be part of Kent Williams' life, and he was part of our life.
There are 6 individuals and 2 teams that are going to be represented. Kent Williams also being recognized individually tonight. As many people know, Kent is the Rams' all-time leading scorer with 2,183 points in his illustrious Rams career. He led the Rams to the Elite 8 at Peoria as a sophomore in 1997. On the 1999 team, when he was a senior, the team was 28-1. They sold out every arena where they went. And their only loss that year, of course, was to Darius Miles and the East St. Louis Flyers in the Super Sectional at the SIU Arena. While Kent played, they won the South 7 Conference titles in 1997, 98, and 99. And, of course, Kent also holds the individual game scoring record at Mount Vernon High School of 49 points, which he scored against Carbondale in 1998. He also holds the individual scoring record at the KMOX shootout in St. Louis when he scored 48 points against Rainier Beach in 1998, a game that many Mount Vernon fans were at, Marty. And if you look at the record of the Mount Vernon Rams during Kent's sophomore, junior, and senior year, it was a combined 78 wins and only 10 losses.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Over those 3 years.
Randy, Kent Williams looks like he did when he was a freshman in high school. I believe he could suit up and play tonight.
I think he probably could.
He has not aged very much at all.
No,
Still
he's
looks
not.
like he's in great shape.
From what I understand, Kent is still playing league basketball over in St. Louis on one of the YMCA leagues. Can you imagine how good his team must be? My goodness sakes, how'd you like to play him in a YMCA league game?
Class act, though, Kent Williams, and I'm sure all of them, even the ones that I don't know. And, they're just class acts. Otherwise, they wouldn't be here.
And some nice jackets now being presented to each member of the initial Sports Hall of Fame here at Mount Vernon High School. We are on the campus of Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana, and we're visiting with Kent Williams from Mount Vernon. And Kent, as we get ready for this alumni basketball game at Mount Vernon, there's a lot of people that are kind of wondering what Kent Williams is up to today and up to now here at Purdue University in your position as on the coaching staff. And we want to get together with you today and talk about it. And appreciate your time.
No problem. Well, I'm the Director of Basketball Operations here at Purdue, and a lot of things that I do are on a day-to-day basis. I work for the team's weekly schedule. I go through it and kind of decide what they need to do for the day or for the week or for the month, and basically I organize that. Some of the other jobs I do here, I'm in charge of the team travel, so I talk to the airlines, I talk to hotels, I arrange all the meals. Pretty much anything that has to do with team travel, I take care of that and get that all arranged. And then I'm also the camp director, so I'm in charge of setting up all the camps, and then while the camps are in process, I make sure everything runs smoothly.
And I'm sure your telephone rings constantly, doesn't it, with different things that you got to take care of in terms of logistics?
Yeah, quite a bit. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into it than you might think, and just with setting up just like a little away game. I mean, if you talk about going on vacation, you maybe have 5 people in your family going. Well, I'm trying to set up a vacation for maybe 30 people. So you're looking at all the arrangements that has to go into it, making sure all these guys are fed properly and it's all set up, and you got to set up everything in advance when you travel with 30 people.
It's got to be a thrill for you, though, to be involved here with a top-notch program in the Big Ten Conference, and of course you're alongside your former running mate there, Matt Painter, who was with you on the coaching staff along with Bruce Weber there at SIU, and so you played for Coach Weber and Coach Painter, and that's got to be a big thrill being here with Coach Painter.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited that he brought me on, get my first taste of coaching, and give me a chance. And obviously the year hasn't gone like we expected, but we are in a transition period right now, and we are dealing with 5 of our best players being out right now due to injuries and some other problems as well, and transfers. But yeah, I'm excited to be here, be a part of the rich tradition here at Purdue, and hopefully soon we can get it back to the championships that they have won in the past.
Tell us, what was it like for you last year watching the NCAA championship game and watching Bruce Weber, your former coach, and the Fighting Illini playing in that national championship game? That had to be kind of a thrill for you, and maybe mixed emotions, I don't know, in watching that game from the sidelines, no longer being a player. Tell us what went through your mind as you were watching that.
Well, I was definitely excited and happy for Coach Weber, and growing up as an Illinois fan too. Having Weber there and rooting for a team that I've always watched was fun, and a lot of friends that I know go to Illinois. So it was definitely an exciting time for me, and I enjoyed watching them out there and was hoping that they were going to pull it off. And what was also fun about it was I was living in St. Louis at the time, and that's where the Final Four was. So I got to kind of be a part of it a little bit, and be around all the atmosphere that goes along with the Final Four.
And speaking of that, Purdue and Illinois, what was it like whenever Purdue played Illinois this year for you and for Coach Painter going up against Coach Weber? That had to be different, huh?
Yeah, it's a little different seeing Coach Weber on the other side, but at the same time, it's just, once you get going, you don't think about it. And what's tough is this year is they're again having a good season, and we're fighting. We're the last place right now, and dealing with all that, it didn't make it as big a deal, but I'm sure if it gets to the point where we're both competing, we're both at the top of the league, it'd be fun to go head-to-head like that.
You've noticed that the Missouri Valley Conference has gotten a lot of press this year from a lot of the national broadcast media, and it looks like that the Missouri Valley Conference, in terms of their RPI ranking, has maybe even surpassed the Pac-10, and it's really getting a lot of notice this year for possible teams that could make it into the NCAA tournament. And that's got to give you a good feeling, knowing that really you were a big part of that with the success that you and Coach Weber and Coach Painter had at SIU, and then of course other people like Kyle Korver at Creighton. You guys had a lot to do with the success not only at SIU, but I think the success that the Missouri Valley Conference is enjoying right now, because you kind of built that foundation.
Well, the Missouri Valley has always been a pretty good league, and I think now it's getting a chance to stand out a little more, especially with the split up of Conference USA and some of the other conferences not being as good this year. People are starting to realize that it is a good league, and their RPIs are all very respectful, especially the top 6 there. And I'm excited for SIU getting a chance to go back to the tournament, and this year not having to wait to see if they're going to get in or not. But to go 5 straight years as a mid-major team is definitely something to hang your hat on, and I'm glad that I was a part of it, and I'm glad that I was a part of getting that thing started, and definitely want to see it keep rolling, and hopefully they can go 6, 7, 8 years and just keep it going and possibly become a Gonzaga type team. I think they got to keep getting better. They're obviously not to a Gonzaga standpoint yet, but as far as being a mid-major and getting your name out there and building up where you can get more recruits and like I said, keep building your program. But if they can continue winning in the tournament too, out of the last 4 years that Southern Illinois has gone, 1 year was Sweet 16 and 1 year they got to the second round. Well, the other 2 years that they lost, they only got beat by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
So every year that we've been in NCAA tournament, or SIU's been in NCAA tournament, it's been very respectful games, and had a chance to win all of them that they were in.
What about some of the former players that you played with at SIU and in a Saluki uniform? You still stay in contact with some of them? Have you talked to them much lately?
Yeah, I talk to him every once in a while. I talked to Marcus Belcher just today. Stay in touch with him. He's at SIU Edwardsville as their grad assistant, and this was his last year, so he's going to be on the move after this year trying to find a job. And then every once in a while I talk to Brad Korn and Derek Tillman, the guy that was a senior when I was a freshman. Great guy. He's played overseas for the past 6 years, I believe, and now this year is his first year into coaching. He's at an NAIA school down in Georgia, so we talk every once in a while and just kind of trade secrets with each other, and it's always good to hear from them. And then Chris Tennell is a guy I was actually working with over in St. Louis last year, and he's from O'Fallon, and a good guy, and helped me get the job there, so I stay in touch with him every once in a while as well.
Saturday, March 25th is the Mount Vernon High School alumni basketball game, and Kent Williams and Coach Creel will both be going at it, fellas. What do you think of this?
Well, I'm probably going to be on the bench, so they're going to have a hard time getting to me.
I'm actually looking forward to it. Looking forward to just seeing a lot of people and getting out there. Not as looking forward to the game, more just hanging out and just going out there and having some fun. But I think the game will be fun as well.
The Rams are going to win.
Yeah, the Rams are going to win.
See, I'm here today at West Lafayette to tell Kent that this is a fundraiser for fun. And somehow I got to get to Naki because these guys think that this game's for real.
And you think they'd fly out to Vegas, though, wouldn't it?
That could be a problem. It'd be nice to fly to Vegas, but that could be a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to number one, it'll be a fun time, and it's for a good cause, for project graduation. And I'm also looking forward to having John and Kent and Scott and a lot of those guys, Chris and those guys, back in I don't know if I want to say uniform, but at least wearing a Ram T-shirt, whatever we wear. It'll be a fun time, and I know the people of Mount Vernon will enjoy the game, and there's a big game before us, the police and the fire department. So I think it'll be a good event. I think it'll be a fun time, and like Kent said, it'll be nice getting back with those guys, and more the camaraderie than the actual playing.
Well, we're here. All right. Well, we're here at Purdue University, and we're in the men's basketball coach's office. And just to show you a little bit, this is Glenn Robinson's jersey. Obviously, one of the best players in college basketball that's ever played, and the best that's came through here. So, this is Marty. Say hi to the camera, Marty.
How you doing?
That's people in back in Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon,
Illinois.
Yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is our equipment guy, Marty.
How you doing?
Yeah. Hometown.
Hometown?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're like a town icon?
Somewhat, I guess. Through here. Here's some of the 6 most recent Big Ten championships, which Coach Katie was coaching all the teams. We have these put up here out in the hallway here, and then we're actually going to redo all this area. Coach Painter's office will be redone. Kathy, our secretary.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody in Mount Vernon.
Hi, everybody in Mount Vernon.
So they're going to redo this area and then make a war room in here as well. This is the little foyer area, or what do you call it, the lobby area of Mackey Arena, and this is our, like I said, like the pictures inside there, these are 6 most recent Big Ten championship trophies. And the last 3 were actually with the 3-peat, 94, 95, and 96. The last Purdue team to repeat, or the three-peat. And Illinois had a chance this year, but they ended up getting third place. And I think they're one game back of getting first, so they didn't three-peat. And out here in the lobby is the women's national championship trophy from 1999. Their only national championship, so they got to sit out here. All right, and you follow me, we'll walk inside Mackey Arena here, where our guys are stretching right now, getting ready for practice. We got Michigan State coming up, our first round game of the Big Ten tournament. So we just got done doing a walkthrough, now we're going to stretch and then get about a 2-hour practice going here in just a little bit. And as you see, Mackey Arena doesn't have any chair seats. It's one of the older gyms in the Big Ten. A lot of tradition they have here. We do have a brand new Jumbotron, but they are talking about in the next few years putting chair seats in the lower bowl, and they're leaving the bleachers above. But I think I do believe we're the only team in the Big Ten to still have no chair seats and all bleachers. And right up here, we've got the retired jerseys, and as you can see, some of them up there, some very well-known players, but obviously the most famous name up there, John Wooden. He's a 3-time All-American here, back in the 30, 31, and 32. Most people know Wooden from his coaching days at UCLA and all the championships they won there, but he did start here as a player, and I actually got to meet him this past year as a coaching staff. He flew us all out there. I got to sit down, had dinner with him one night, and then the next day we went over to his condo and sat and talked basketball with him. So that's one of the most memorable experiences I've had since I've been here. And in my first year of coaching, to get a chance to meet a guy like John Wooden and get some advice from him. Obviously times have changed, but he can still give you some advice that you can use today, and it was definitely a great experience for me. All right, how would you like to see the Purdue locker room? Come on in here. This is the area where we meet before the game, and we have our team meetings out here. Coach Painter obviously stepped on top of the board and draw up plays and do all the team discussions while our guys sit out here. This is also their kind of their lounge area where they just kind of hang out and watch TV, take naps a little bit. And right side here, you see the locker room, all the players' lockers. Really nothing extremely special, but it's good for them. And right here is our athletic training room where our guys come to get treatment and get ice and stim and everything they need to take care of their bodies. Obviously, to put up with the rigorous Big Ten season that they have to go through.
Coach Creel and Ken Williams look on as Purdue begins a basketball practice prior to their game against Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament. This is Coach Matt Painter's first year at the helm of the Purdue Boilermakers after serving as an assistant under Gene Cady and, of course, having a successful career coaching with Bruce Weber at SIU. Also on the coaching staff with Matt Painter is Conzo Martin. Mount Vernon fans will remember Conzo Martin playing for East St. Louis, one of the teams that beat Mount Vernon in the Super Sectionals back in the mid-'80s. Conzo Martin also played ball at Purdue. Also on the coaching staff is assistant Paul Lusk, a former SIU player as well, also on the staff at Purdue. Kent mentioned the proud tradition of men's basketball at Purdue. Here you see some of the Big Ten championship banners. And also in the women's basketball, here you see the women's national championship banner hanging high from the rafters from 1999, as well as a second place finish in 2001 and another finish in 1994. Mackey Arena also plays host to the girls' regional finals as they prepare the arena for those championships, the first and second rounds, March 19th and 21st. Here you see another view of the new multi-million-dollar Jumbotron. During the Purdue practice, Coach Painter takes time out to discuss plays and Offensive and defensive options with Coach Creel and Kent Williams.
This is our video room where we sit down and have our players. We'll watch film. Nick's our video coordinator. He'll film all of our games and dub them off and burn them on the different DVDs. And he also uses all that for film exchange. And up here you see we're playing Michigan State. We have a couple of their plays and just some of their stats. That this is kind of the room where we come in and just kind of talk about the upcoming game, sit down and have team meetings and coaches meetings and things down here. One of my jobs here at Purdue is being a camp director, and some information can be found on AreaSports.net and also on our Purdue website. You can find all kinds of information about our camp. We have 2 camps coming up this summer, June 11th to the 14th and June 25th through the 28th, grades 3 through 12. They'll last for 3 nights, 4 days, and you can stay all night, and we'll make sure you take care of you, have some games, some competition, and work on some skills, and hope to see some guys from Mount Vernon there.